Bettie Serveert are a Dutch indie band. When I first heard them, I assumed that Bettie Serveert was the name of the singer, but I was wrong. The name apparently means Bettie serves, which, as in, well, I suppose it could be any kind of serves, but it's named after a book about a Dutch tennis player called Bettie Serveert, I think is how you pronounce that. Anyway, and they're fronted by Carol van Dyk. They have existed from 1990 until now, and they have released 10 albums. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was their first album, and it's indie rock. So I'm going to go through the positives and then through the negatives. So the positives are she's got a fairly nice voice. It's quite pleasant to listen to mostly. They've got a kind of live feel to what they're doing. It's loose, but it's got this kind of feeling of authenticity to it. And the lyrics are, in the main, not particularly cliched. Right. That's the positives. The negatives. Unfortunately, it's indie rock that's, I think, the only thing that sets it differently to quite a lot of other indie rock is that is this kind of live feel to it. It doesn't sound produced. In fact, I would say it seems quite unproduced in a way that I did not find hugely appealing. It's musically pretty straightforward. It's not difficult to listen to in that sense. It sounds quite mushy, and there's a lot of just the same sound used over and over again. It's particularly the guitar that I got irritated by. When it's in the background, it's this typical kind of what I call the curtain of washy electric guitar. That everything's a bit wayward. At other times the guitar is soloing, but it's kind of basically noodling away vaguely, sometimes in key, sometimes not, but not even in the sort of inspired way that maybe some jazz is. The vocals are she's got a nice voice, but she's not spot on tune all the time. She's a bit wayward with that. And again, maybe that adds to the sense of looseness, and maybe some people would like that. The lyrics, again, I didn't find hugely inspired, not particularly memorable. There were times when I thought, really, that's just a bit kind of pedestrian. So the whole thing I felt was kind of overly unimaginative. And it's okay, but it's probably better off, or I found it probably better off when I didn't listen to it too much, because when I started to listen more, it started to first of all bore me and then irritate me. It felt a bit relentless, particularly with the same sounds. It's the guitar sound. Okay, so, all right, I didn't like it. It's fairly obvious from that. So this is one of those cases where if you hear something in this album that I don't, I'd love to know what it is. Please let me know in the comments down below. That's it from me for now.